It's coming. Whew. There we go. Sorry, longer to come than normal for these unboxing in the Nook videos at the moment, because as you may or may not have seen, the Nook has moved. Anyway, I'm here for an unbagging in the Nook. It is Sunday, the 16th of March. It's a grey, cloudy, slightly damp day. I do have a nice cup of tea. And I do have a bag of things to unbag rather than unbox. To go, and it's things that I picked up yesterday because I was at Concrete Cow 25, which took place in Wolverton, which is a village just outside of Milton Keynes. Nice one-day convention, really friendly. There would have been about 50 people there, I think, which is a good turnout. Got a couple of interesting games in, one not successful, one that was fun, and just caught up with friends and just chatted and so on. But anyway, let's get on with the unbagging after I've had more of this nice hot cup of tea. And so I've got in here, so I was really lucky with the raffle, and I've got a copy of Further Adventures. In fact, I was so lucky. My ticket was the very first one pulled out. That's actually never happened before, I don't think. But I'm not typically. I can be fairly lucky with the raffle that Concrete Cow holds, and that was my choice. Then the other thing that Concrete Cow has started doing last year is a bring and buy. So you turn up and you've got stuff to sell. And there's some bargains on available there. So this is a copy of Roma, Dawn of Empire, which is powered by the apocalypse, Roman era role-playing game of magic and evil and fighting dark threats. All those are my character sheets from Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast, which was the unsuccessful game I played. And the other thing that next door to the event, basically the Concrete Cow is held in the community centre in Wolverton, which is part of the complex, which includes a couple of basic community funded kind of shops, and also a supermarket. Part of obviously the whole building project is for the supermarket wants to put establish a supermarket there, and then part of that is improving the area by putting in community projects and so on. And there's a very good second-hand bookshop there. And I was having a browse in there, very quick browse. I didn't want to stay in there too long because I could spend an awful lot of money in a second-hand bookshop. And I picked up a copy of Corporation. This is the first edition for a couple of quid. I don't normally expect to see any role-playing games in there, but I picked that up. I got my character sheet for the game I played in the morning, which is Wild Sea, and I was playing essentially a bag of spiders in humanoid form, and that was fun. The other thing I picked up from the second-hand bookshop was history without boring bits. Book I want to read at some point. Another cheap game was Seeker, the role-playing game. Don't know anything about it, but for £1, I'll give any role-playing game a shot, as it were, and potentially give it a review. What else? Perhaps the thing I think that I regard as a bargain is a copy of Smallville, which is the very first what's it called? Cortex Plus book from Margaret Weiss Productions. So essentially, it's quite an odd superhero role-playing game in that it focuses upon the relationships between the characters rather than the superheroics, but the superheroics come into it, and that's pretty much like the TV series Smallville, which basically dealt with the early years of Superman. That was a bargain. I also picked up these books, which are Flot's Visitor's Guide to the Rainy City, and Flot's Miscellany, and so on. They're a bit damaged, but they're a bargain at that price because they're really hard to get hold of and they're really great supplements. So yeah, sort of setting that, you know, sort of like could do with some ideas in terms of plot and stuff, but the setting itself is fantastic because it's in a sort of like a Venetian style city, a cross between Venice and Manchester, where it's constantly raining, and it's really terrific. Next thing is Far-Flung sci-fi role-playing game book, one I've never heard of. So if there's a role-playing game I've never heard of, I'm always interested in taking a look at it. So I'll take this out. There we go. So yeah, I'll do unboxings of these in due course. So I've still got in here, and that was it for the second-hand stuff that I picked up. General stuff. I got a copy of Nahual, the role-playing game, which is a role-playing game of Mexican urban fantasy. And I went, great, because that sort of sounds great. And the thing about it is that, unfortunately, the only other Mexican role-playing game anybody can think of is Cartel from Magpie Games, and that's a great game, even though its subject matter is very dark and cruel. There's no denying that. Scenario Adventures in the Volatile Verse. This is number 2 for Vast Grim, which is the essentially the Mert Borge powered post-apocalyptic science fiction role-playing game set in space. Knights of Lazarus, which is a scenario for Mothership First Edition, not the Ashcan that originally came out and everybody has been using for the past 5 or 6 years. Mutants in the Mini, Merry Crabmas. This is a micro companion for the retro modern mutant animal role-playing game, of which in one moment I got a campaign, a journey book for Mask Witches of Forgotten Dogland is a role-playing game I really want to have a look at and review. I've done the Silver Road, and sort of like, which is what it's mechanically it's based upon, but not got around to giving this the core game a proper review. But the role-playing game I picked up was Julian Kay's Mutants in the Next, companion for the retro mutant modern RPG. This is essentially you've got scenario for it and the companion for it, but this is Mutants in the Next, a companion for essentially the retro modern mutant animal role-playing game, which is Mutants in the Now, and it's all about playing animal mutants in either the now or the next in this supplement. So what that's based upon, or inspired by, I should say, is a couple of role-playing games from Palladium, which is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Other Strangeness role-playing game. And then it's, a post-apocalyptic setting with the name of which escapes me. Apocalypse, Whoops Apocalypse, or it's not that. Just trying to think. After the Bomb. That's it. After the Bomb. And I've got the core book somewhere, and I do want to dig it out, and I do want to give it a proper review. But it's finding time and finding the book. And then lastly, the one thing I really wanted to get hold of, let's have a look, was this, which is Dagger in the Heart. It's a campaign scenario or source book for it's the first hardbox source book for Heart, the City Beneath, featuring a full-length campaign designed to take your gaming into the very heart or core of the Heart itself. Heart is a role-playing game from Rowan, Rook and Deckard, and it is really does change how you think about dungeoneering adventures, and it's got some kind of great characters, options. Really like it, and really glad to see like something bigger, better. I say bigger, better, but bigger, better content for it, because there's a lot of sort of like supplements that deal with things that you can do to change the setting. There's not content which you can just go and play the setting as is, and I think that's hopefully this supplement will change that. So that is everything I picked up at Concrete Cow yesterday, Saturday 15th of March. If you're in the UK in the middle of either March or September, then Concrete Cow is absolutely worth going to. It's a really nice little convention, very, very laid back. You get some good games. You're guaranteed to get, I'm not saying you will get good choices of games. You'll get a good and a primary choice and a secondary choice, because essentially what they do is, for example, they randomise who signs up first, and then the order is reversed in the afternoon. So yesterday I got to sign up first, and that's why I played Wild Sea. In the afternoon I signed up last, and there really wasn't there wasn't very much in terms of the choice that I wanted to play. That's not a complaint, that's just how the situation is, and it's kind of designed to be as fair as possible. I had a good day yesterday. I got to choose a game straight off I wanted to play, and I also did very well in the lottery. So would I go again? Absolutely. Be back there in September, with hopefully I won't spend quite so much money, but that's never going to happen. But in the meantime, thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook. I will be back again soon with another one. Sorry, lots of cats moving around. Where you will see me hopefully with either a box or a book, or in this case a bag, from which I will unbox or unbag a multitude of different role-playing games and talk about them to the best extent of my ability for 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Well, please do hit the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook. I will be back again soon, watching and unbagging in the Nook. I will be back again soon with another unboxing in the Nook very soon. Bye for now.